Hi, Robert.
Okay, so do you believe in evolution, the idea that we all came from some single organism and then expanded from there?
I guess not that specifically, yeah.
Okay. And then what do you think about the creation account in Genesis? Do you think it's more metaphorical or more factual?
Metaphor.
Metaphorical, okay. And then do you think the scientific evidence in the world, in the country and the rest of the world, do you think it's more supportive of evolutionary theory or the creationist viewpoint?
Evolutionary.
Evolutionary, okay. And then do the science classes here tend to support creationism or evolution?
I've taken one science class so far, and it supports evolution.
Yeah, okay. Okay, great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Do you
See
believe
you,
in
guys.
evolution, the idea that we all came from some single organism and then expanded from there?
Right now, I'm not sure
Okay.
because I've been taking a biology class and it's the first time that I really learned about it because I've
Okay.
gone to a Christian school and believed in creationism all my life.
Okay.
So I'm sort of still trying to figure out what I believe.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for your honesty. What do you think about the creation account in Genesis? Do you think it's more metaphorical or more factual?
Right now, I'm kind of thinking it's more factual.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think the scientific evidence, here in the world and everywhere, do you think it's more supportive of the creationist viewpoint or the evolutionary idea?
I think it's a little bit more supportive of the evolution idea. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do the science classes here tend to support creationism or evolution?
They tend to support evolution.
They do. Okay.
The classes that I've taken.
Okay. Okay. Great.
But it's
Yeah.
more like theistic evolution.
Theistic. Oh, so God used.
God used evolution.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless.
Thanks.
Do you believe in evolution, the idea that we all came from some single organism and then expanded from there?
I don't know if I necessarily believe in it, but I think it's possible because I don't think in the Bible creation is it's not scientific.
Okay.
It's not like something that's purely scientific and that is exactly how it happened. So
Okay.
I think it's possible, but I'm just not sure if I believe it.
Gotcha. Okay, great. And then what do you think, kind of along those same lines, what do you think about the creation account in Genesis? Do you think it's more metaphorical or do you think it's more factual?
I think it's more metaphorical.
Okay. Okay, great. And then do you think the scientific evidence out in the world today, do you think it's more supportive of creationism or more supportive of evolutionary theory?
It seems to be more supportive of evolutionary theory to me.
Okay. And then do the science classes here tend to support creationism or evolution?
I haven't taken any science classes here,
Okay.
so.
So you don't know yet?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. Brad, I'm Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Kevin.
This is Robert.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, here we go. Do you believe in evolution, the idea that we all came from some single organism and then expanded from there?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about the creation account in Genesis? Do you think it's more metaphorical or more factual?
Metaphorical.
Okay. Do you think the scientific evidence outside of this university and just around the country and the world, do you think it's more supportive of evolutionary theory or creationist viewpoints?
Evolutionary.
Okay. And do the science classes here tend to support creationism or evolution more?
Evolution.
Evolution, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great, fantastic. Thanks
All
a lot.
right. Thanks a lot.
Okay, ready, Robert?
Yep.
Okay, first question for Kevin. Do you believe in evolution, the idea that we all came from some single organism and expanded from there?
No.
No, okay. What do you think about the creation account in Genesis? Do you think it's factual or more metaphorical?
I believe it to be more factual
You do? Okay.
than metaphorical, yes.
Okay. And do you think the scientific evidence supports creationism or evidence? So science today, if you were to look at all the different scientific evidence, do you think it's more supportive of creationism or evolution?
I definitely think you see signs of evolution
Yeah.
that science supports, but I do think there's a decent amount of science to back more creation theory as well.
Okay, you do, okay.
Yeah.
And then do the science classes here tend to support creationism or evolution?
It seems to me that it's more like an evolution. To me, it seems that way.
The science, like biology and physics and those sorts of things?
Yeah, but it all depends on the professor. I've had professors who are more, it's almost like they want to be evolutionists and more concerned about,
Okay.
still teaching creation.
Well, with that being the case, if there is a slant towards evolution, how come you still lean on the creationist side?
Let's see. Why would I still lean? In terms of, I think it depends on if you talk microevolution or macroevolution.
So regarding really macroevolution.
The macroevolution, I don't know, just because I don't know. I don't buy it all. You know what I mean? I
Okay,
don't
gotcha.
buy all. I'm not saying I have all of the facts.
answers, but
yeah, but I still believe you know, in creationism, I believe the Bible to be, you know, correct. I mean, something that we can't just throw it out because it's labeled a religious book or something.
Sure, sure. I gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Kevin.
Yeah, no
Appreciate it, man.
problem.
See ya. Do you believe in evolution, the idea that we all came from some single organism and then expanded from there?
No.
No, okay. What do you think about the creation account in Genesis? Do you think it was more metaphorical, or do you think it's more factual?
I think it's more factual.
You do, okay.
Yes.
Okay. And do you think the scientific evidence supports creationism or evolution as far as, you know, just out in the world and our country and everything and the universities? Do you think the scientific evidence is more supportive of creationism or more supportive of evolution?
Well, depending on where you look, I think the scientific evidence is more supportive of evolution, but that's just what's publicized.
Okay.
That's what I think.
And then the last question, do you think the science classes here tend to support creationism more or evolution more?
Here, evolution.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, just from my class that I took.
Okay, gotcha. And so if that's the case, then what has been the major influence in your life that's caused you to feel more, you lean towards creationism?
My dad.
Okay.
He brought me up in I watched all these videos for both sides and read books and stuff, and so it's my own opinion, it's not his opinion.
Sure.
And it's been questioned since I came here,
Yeah.
but I still come back to what I grew up in.
They didn't convince you in the class?
No, because it just wasn't very sound evidence.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. Good answers. Thank you very much. Okay, do you believe in evolution, the idea that we all came from some single organism and then expanded from there?
No. I believe in microevolution, but I don't believe in macroevolution.
Okay.
Same as her.
Same?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What do you think about the creation account in Genesis? Do you feel it's more of a metaphorical story or that it's kind of a factual event?
I think it's factual.
You do? Okay.
True.
Yeah, okay. And then do you think the scientific evidence that's all around the world and the country and everything, excuse me, all the scientists out there, do you think that it supports more creationism or do you think it supports more evolution?
I think it's a good mix.
I would say creation.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I would, because I think that macroevolution does not have significant evidence.
Okay, yeah. And you think it's a good mix?
I think it's a
I mean,
good
there-
mix.
there
I think,
is,
again,
but-
with her, there's not a whole lot of evidence to support macro, but, micro definitely does exist.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. And then the last question, do the science classes here at Point Loma, do they tend to support creationism or evolution?
I mean, they
overall?
show you both,
Yeah.
but most of your professors you're going to find are going to be creationism.
Okay.
They'll teach you,
Both.
about
Yeah.
both, and that there are
Non-biased
different. Yeah, that there are different things, but if you were to ask, what do you believe?
Yeah.
No one's going to say evolution.
Okay, gotcha. And do you think that that's the main factor in how your opinion has developed regarding those issues?
Not at all.
No, what is it? what was the main factor?
I think a lot of it is my dad growing up, he's very knowledgeable on the subject.
Yeah.
So he always, he was the one who taught me probably the most. And I grew up going to public school, so this is actually the first private school I've gone to, and so you do learn both sides
Okay.
there, even more than here.
In a public school?
In a public school, actually, I don't think you learn anything about creation, so
Oh, okay.
all I was ever taught was evolution.
Gotcha.
But even when I was reading it, I'm there's so much that doesn't click all the way.
Okay.
That's kind of what I found.
I went to private school my whole life, but I think that even in our science classes in high school and middle school, they give us both ends of the spectrum. It was your choice. You choose what you want to believe. We're not going to tell you what to believe.
Okay.
And so I think I got enough information from both sides to really make an educated decision on what I believe.
Great. Okay, well, thanks a lot for your time.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
No
Okay,
problem.
take care.
Have a good one. Good luck.